Interstellar, yes, cellular, you comprehend our complex. From earthquaking to hearts breaking, you care for our
As soon as I get on, wouldn't you know it? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. Maybe I should have turned the lights off on my junky studio. I gotta clean this thing up this weekend. Good morning, God bless you. Starting back up the commitment to streaming regularly. Hopefully I'll get a cemented schedule locked down. Let's get to some work. I don't know if anybody's here, but if you are here and if you're new and watching this, I am Dr. Solar Perry, the founder and art director of HonorStudios Entertainment and the director and founder of Kapow, the Comic Art Academy, another channel where we kind of teach what I'm about to do here. But this is me on a plate. HonorStudios, the mission and the ministry that the Lord has given me. And we're going to get it done. Let's get it done. Let's get some stuff done. Let's get some stuff done. Okay. Okay. Do some character design work. Let me get my headphones in. Make sure I'm hearing okay. Make sure everything's okie doke. Audio level's good. Cool. Cool. All right. I got a lot of work to catch up on. To right this ship. Okay. Do this the old-fashioned way. Let's not pedal. Let's go ahead and get right into it again. Why would I do that? Let's do this. All these darn layers. There we go. Got my stack in order. Don't need this. Bye. Let's merge you down.
Now that my eyes have seen your light, I just want to stay.
You. Boop, 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 boop. Keep the arm.
Stay and behold your glory.
And J. Copy. Chasing it with you.
I could not believe my eyes, how he's purified my life. Holy is he. All I can say.
Don't need to hear them.
The High King of Kings, come voices raised, with all that breathe, praise the Father, the Son, and Holy Ghost.
Careful with that side.
Praise
That's what happens when you have all these darn layers.
Just one hope I'm holding on to. There's just one hope I'm holding on to. One hope I hold.
Let's bring you down here. Get my layers in order. What's going on with the feel?
Poetics, bring the drums in.
Keep it coming. I say nothing. No, we running. And God we trust. My people in a tight spot. It's dark and hell is hot. Never know when it might stop. Christ coming back soon. Make the sky pop. Writing on the wall, and I put that on my life. Weight of the world on his back, homie, that is light. People wildin' over text, I am not the type. First time he came back, it happened overnight. Hands folded, I'm praying to the sky. No one God can hear me, I wait on his reply. Even on the day when I don't hear nothing, I know he's plotting something, and that's why. Keep it coming. I say nothing. No, we running. And God we trust.
I get my drip from my dad, so every word that I spit is golden. Ayy, rocking the bell, serving you L's. You know we locked and loaded. This is my moment, I'm gonna own it, but I drive it like it's stolen. Running through these lights, yeah, I got to keep it rolling. I'm gonna put my life in your hands, so I know I'll always be free. I let these demons aim for my head, cause they know they live at my feet. And we know these dudes is always gon' hate for what your son can do on the beat. They look at my flaws and pray for my fall, but I ain't losing no sleep. Feeling this life with the hope that I really got the whole squad with me, and I wanna make a million. My Air Force Ones feel real, president of my kind of day ones, and it's awesome. Ain't no stops on this grind.
Hey, Black Cap, how are you, friend? Did you get your package? Did you get my present to you?
I say nothing. No, we running.
Hope I haven't ruined it.
Trust.
If you have not gotten it, you should be getting it soon. For your support on Patreon, I sent out the little something a couple of days ago. The others have gotten theirs, so you should be getting it shortly. And I'll be back in Michigan for that convention again this year. Yes, absolutely. Please. Absolutely. How have you been, friend? How things been going?
Artlist.io.
Why is that Artlist.io on there? I shouldn't have that tag on there. That should not be on there. Things are well, man. As well as they can be. You know, keep us in prayer. We always need that. You know. You've been busy though. What's been happening with you? I'd like to know what's been going on with my peeps. what's the dealio? I can always, usually when people like you are busy, that's a good thing. So I like all the good news.
Got the smoke, who got the drink? My faith been broke, been broke for
Artlist
weeks.
IO.
Lost all my hope, lost all my peace. Oh, don't you judge, don't you critique. Don't pretend like you never been here. Oh no, I don't think your intentions are sincere. I already get it, your sentiment's been clear, but you still hit my phone and confront the itching ears. And I know everything not the way it appears. And I don't wanna prison by my fear. Don't wanna be another one that devil commandeered. Having a real hard time letting God
Music licensing reimagined.
all time low. Tell me, can you find me at the bottom? Tell me, can you
I gotta write that song down because that's not supposed to have that tag on it because I'm paying for subscription.
feeling like I've been here way too often. Struggle too real and it takes its toll. If it's about pain, but
Audio
beg your
tag.
pardon, I don't know why I run away every time when all I need is.
Oh man, that's amazing. That's amazing. Where have you are you traveling doing your prayer booth, or
Artlist IO.
is it stationary, like at a fixed location?
Music licensing reimagined.
That should not be on there. I'm removing that song. That should not be on there. Don't. Oh, at a local artisan market. Outstanding. Outstanding. Are you doing it like weekly, or usually those markets, are they like every weekend during the summer? Just cleaning up this. I see a lot of artifacts that are not desirable. Winding down now as the weather's shifting out there in where you at, because we know it's about to get cold. But you're at the place for fall, though, that's for sure. It doesn't get much beautiful where in fall than where you are. We have a lot of trees where we are too. I have to start differentiating these sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and get his hair down. Thank you, man. Appreciate you lurking. Like, I'll be out there at that convention, by the way, on the weekend of November 17th, whatever weekend that is. If you can make it, love to have you. Come see our new booth, and we're partnering with that show. So we're going to actually have our certification ceremony for our exiting students, and I'm going to be hosting a lot of panels and stuff like that. It's a partnership agreement. So, yeah, man, out there in Michigan at Grand Rapids Comic-Con. I will be there again this year. It looks like it's gonna be an annual thing. I want some of that here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just extending the invitation. No expectations. Busy people do as busy does. I expect no different. I'm constantly having to turn down invitations to things. But those who know me know it's not my heart. It's just responsibilities. So I totally get it. Okay, cool, outstanding. Have a blast. Shoot me a line on Patreon to let me know that you got that though, because I pulled your address off of there to send out the reward. And start expecting a lot more because we're going full bore into HonorStudios. I just created a new bumper introduction and all this stuff, and starting here on Twitch and YouTube. I'm doing a lot of stuff on YouTube, by the way, exclusively on YouTube. The live streams will be multicast. Font side. All right, let's start making some interesting scars. Since he is the motif of the Frankenstein monster, we have to scar him up. Yes, indeed. Thank you. No one to talk to, so I will go back to shut up and draw. Let's fill this in. First, let's get a layer underneath here, and let's fill in that face. Oop, wrong color. Sketch lines. Clean them up a little bit. It's all illusion. Nothing is what it seems. Some of these artifacts. Yeah, let's clean up some of these artifacts. probably why. Recording error. So now I need to record this. Let's go here. Nope, not gonna work. Nope, not gonna work. Yep, not gonna work. See if I'll reload it, see if it works. So I'm about to start getting some detail work, and I might want to record this. It might behoove me. If anyone's out there, feel free to say hi. How's it going? I'm Solo. If you're just lurking, continue to lurk. I see a couple of eyeballs. Don't be shy. I like to ease into something light before my work day. Got a day full of recording and business stuff and YouTube stuff and editing. So start with some light sketching, and then I got some heavy drawing to do later. But this is the light stuff. This is piddling. See if it works now. Nah, I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, I think I did things out of order. Oh, it is gonna work. You're gonna record for me. Cool. All right, let's get to work. I like to record my entire process for future videos and stuff of the like. Let's see what I got under here. Body wise, okay. So we're gonna add some stitches here. And some scars. What is the resolution on this one? Is my question. Okay, hit 3, okay. I don't know why you and I have no idea why you're into pixels instead of inches. I always do inches. Start some animating today too. Got to get back to my animating disciplines, my animation disciplines. I think that's really gonna help set us apart as a studio. Having some things to show that actually moves. So chunky. I don't want those chunky lines. Yeah, I don't want to go too small. I think this resolution is too small. If I ever have to print, I shouldn't have to print it though. I just don't like all this pixelization. Alright. Stylized though. Oh, that was a flex. into some things. Is there a ruler on here though? I don't think there's a ruler on here. Was there a ruler on here? Was there a ruler here? So it's gone. So the head turns. He looks a little sleep, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. Give some pelvic stitches. Let's get a ruler. Let's get a ruler. Let's put it right. Shift. Let's go back to this. Hopefully I can still do it. Because I can't find the original ruler. My ignorance. Alright, this time. There we go. Go with the mono line here. Fill that in more. This is just for me anyway, in our art book. Pelvic fat pocket is right about there. It's cogs. Both the legs come from the same place, each arm. So that's 1, 2. Oh, the head's got to come from another place. Something small with pause. Don't get too fancy just yet. This is 1, 2, 3. Torso. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Go with that. Do some. not the most intuitive tool. Not quite an arc reactor, but I think it'll read well. Not trying to do an arc reactor.
It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way. Yeah, you're keeping me sane, got me in my right brain. I can't explain, but I'm feeling some kind of way. You know what you see is what you find. You just keep the peace of my mind. And you know I believe in no sign. 'Cause no matter where I go, it's so bright. Every day I see the sunrise. Even if it feels like a climb, I don't have to walk that line. That's why I wake up and it's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way. Yeah, you're keeping me sane, got me in my right brain. I can't explain, but I'm feeling some kind of way. You got me like, breathing in your grace like, I won't trade it. You got me like,
I'm gonna have some
living in the space like,
muscles that kind of come out the skin.
shining in the dark without my bright side.
Metal.
Wanna see your image like an icon. Couldn't even see it with the lights on. Had to try and get you with an icon. Yeah, change the atmosphere, you got me feeling loosely. A better picture, I can see it like the movies. Now I know that you're the one, not two, three. Don't hit and run, way to glory like a dime. It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way. Yeah, you're keeping me sane, got me in my right brain. I can't explain, but I'm feeling some kind of way.
Asymmetrical. Nope. Hour. I don't know who's watching or lurking. Hello to you out there. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm sorry if I'm distracted, but I don't talking to. There's somebody here to talk to. You got any questions, feel free to ask. Well, that's not true. I will talk to myself, and I'm problem solving this. You probably already heard. It's the problem solving part of character design. Turn B back on. Evil things I ain't gotta draw this all the time because all this will be covered up. Oh, somebody asked a question. Christian M. Araka, are you there? Are you still there? I'm sorry. I didn't get an alert. That's a great question. You can see the value of making art as a form of worship out there, but how can we use it to love the lost and or the saints? Here's the thing. Art in and of itself can be an expression of love when it is used as a gift to a person, but I'm a firm believer that that the burden to love and to express said love is on the person and not the creation. I think that's a mandate. You're here drawing with me. Great. I think that's a mandate on us. What I will say is through using your craft, be it drawing or whatever the case may be, we can actually use the stories to express love, the love of Christ, right, to the lost, and to edify the saints. It should be. I think it's most effective when it is consumed by the reader or the watcher, whether it's animation or comics. Now, granted, I mean you have now. I'm talking specifically within the confines of HonorStudios. How we approach it here is. Everything's through story. We call them neo-parables because of the mediums that we're using, comics, games, and animation. And through using those mediums, we can express said love through a longer narrative, okay, in a way that is digestible to those who may be in desperate need of said love. But using the art itself, I think it opens the conversation. At the very least, if you're doing illustration, your gift should open the conversation for you to express the love. Now, granted, if you're doing music or things like that, you can do it in the lyrics. I mean, that's not lost on us. But in the drawing medium, it's the conversation starter in many ways. If you're not using a narrative literary format, does that make sense? I think a lot of times, we as Christians, we'd like to use our gift to do the talking for us. And I don't think I think that's God's will. I think the word of God tells us, your gift will make room for you and set you before great men. That's what the word of God says, right? Your gifts will make room for you. They will open the door and put you in the spaces for you to communicate the gospel and the love of Christ. A lot of Christians try to skip that essential human contact and interaction. And because I've been doing this for a long time, I've heard so many, especially in the Christian space, people that saying, oh, I do it through this, I do it through that. I use my gift and I do it through my gift. It sounds great, but it doesn't absolve you from the direct responsibility to make sure that the gospel is clear, that the love is clearly expressed and delivered. But we use our gifts, again, to open the door, to make room, to make space. And then when people like what you're doing, if they're vibing with whatever it is that you're putting out there, boom, that's your opportunity to share. And we should always be seeking those out. I seek those out at every opportunity, when I'm at a convention, where I'm at a speaking engagement. The art is a great icebreaker. Okay. In our stories, we tell our stories, again, as neo parables here at HonorStudios, so that they are communicating the foundations of our faith in a way that is recognizable to believers, a curiosity to non-believers, but not at the expense of effective storytelling and craftsmanship. We believe that all those things can exist together. And so it's some muscle that you have to develop. But if I'm reading you correctly, use your gift to make the room, and then seize the opportunity when said room is made. Okay, don't hide behind the gift. A lot of people that are believers in the creative space, they want the gift to do the work for them, and that's not how the gift works. I don't believe that's how the gift works, nor was it intended to do so. All right. He didn't say, let your gift do it. He said, no, let your gift make room for you. It will make room for you, and it will put you in those spaces where it can be highly effective. And then you let the gospel and the love that you express as a believer, as a follower of Christ, you let that do the rest of the work. Does that help? That's the 30,000 foot answer. Thank you for joining me on YouTube and drawing with me. Christian. My son's name is Christian, so I don't know if it's Christian or Chris, or it's just a fancy way of saying Christian. But my eldest son, his name is Christian. If you have any more questions, I'm here. I'm at the I didn't change the scene. We're at the let's talk about it, where I kind of shift. That makes perfect sense. Good. I've been doing this for a long time, my friend, and I have heard and I've navigated all of it, right? And the Christian, from doing stuff in the mainstream and for reputable entities, and interacting with other Christians in the creative space that long to do something. It's just a misspelling on your parents' part. I love it. Okay. But I've done this in the creative space for over 30 years, off and on. Now we're kind of picking up steam again, but I've heard it all. And I'm one of those guys that I'm not afraid to disagree respectfully when I think something is not in alignment with the Word of God. and especially creative Christians, because here's what happens. We let the creativity overshadow the Christianity. Just like we're seeing in politics. We're letting the politics define our Christianity, and that should not be the case. Where Christianity should be shaping politics, okay? And I'm not trying to get into a political conversation as divisive as those are today, in today's landscape. But when we put the commission as believers of the Most High front and center of everything that we do, then we refer to what the word tells us, how it directs us at that point. Well, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll let these other more comfortable and palatable aspects of us do the work, and we'll call it ministry. And that's not, in my opinion, that's not the totality or the most effective part of ministry. You are. The Word of God tells us that we are living epistles to be read of all men. That not your gift. Your gift is to make room for you, but you are the letter. You are His love letter made manifest. You are the example of Christ's love and His character and His movements. You are probably going to be the closest thing that they see, just short of heaven itself. And so when we stop letting the creativity take precedent over the Christianity, okay, that's why our tagline is entertainment without compromise. It's a double entendre. We entertain without compromising effective story, that we're so preachy that, you know, we isolate ourselves from the lost that we're supposed to minister to, or to at least pique their interest. But also we don't, when we have the opportunity to express ourselves, we don't compromise our faith either. Okay. And so entertainment, uncompromising, faith, uncompromising. Two things can coexist in the same space. But a lot of times as people, we let one take precedent over the other. Because the other thing, everything is always more comfortable than Christianity. Let's just be clear. Everything is more comfortable and more acceptable, anything, than being a Christian, and especially in today's landscape, in today's atmosphere. And so it's easy to say, ooh, let my creativity, ooh, I'm going to hide it here. But then when we get the mic, we don't openly express, or we're in those rooms, we're not expressing really where we stand, and it's unclear. Okay. And so one of the things that we've had the luxury of doing here at HonorStudios is refining that over time. Okay. I'm actually doing some videos. I'll be dropping them here on YouTube, where I outline the testimonies of our studio. So hopefully you'll follow the testimony as we are relaunching. Your timing is perfect. We are relaunching after a long hiatus away. But I already shot the videos in Texas. I'm going to be posting them here on YouTube, outlining our path. But we've been refining our message, our approach for 20 years now, for this day and time. Okay. And I believe that the Lord has called us to this day and time. But we are first and foremost, we are Christians, but the studio is an entertainment studio. It's meant to entertain. Okay, that is the entertainment part without compromise. But we use our faith as our creative foundation. We use the Christian worldview as our creative foundation to tell much broader stories that deliver a message that should be open conversations. Like I said, to the Christian, it'll be clear. To most Christians, because a lot of Christians don't read their word, but that's not another story. But to most Christians, the meta commentary will be apparent. To non-Christians, it'll probably be less apparent. They will get a message, but they probably won't know where the message comes from. They just know that it's good, and that the entertainment is, we're going to call it, it's going to be excellent, right? It's engaging, it's excitement, it's pretty to look at. It's an effective story. But then what inspired it? That's where the conversation comes. That's where me and my team come in, when we're asked those questions, and we now take that ball and we run with it the rest of the way. All right. Gift will make room for you and set you before great men. What you have to do is take advantage of the space created and the opportunities that it will create for you. What do you like to work on, Christian? I got 3 more minutes before I get back to drawing. What do you like to draw? That's most of us. That's a very good point. Most of us, we want our artwork to speak for us. You're in great company because the creative psyche is largely very introverted. It really is. It doesn't matter how long they've done it. If you're into comics, animation, all of us were geeks. We were the ones that this was our escape. This was our shelter from the real world. And it became our happy place. And so with that inherent introversion that we often have, especially coupled with wanting to fulfill the Great Commission and expand the kingdom of God, that introversion, the art becomes the avatar for us, and it's not meant to be that, as I said before, because we don't want to speak up. I actually run an online art school, and I do a lot of speaking engagements and conventions. And you see here, I'm doing this here, but my nickname that you see there, Solo. I love isolation. Put me in a very secluded space with my pencil, my paper, video games, comic books, cartoons, and your boy is happy. Every time I stream, every time I have to record a video, it is hard. It is hard because that introvert in me, putting yourself out there, is difficult. My students at my art school, all introverts. The pros that I know, all of us are introverts. Some of us have charisma, and we're able to kind of suppress the shyness and the bashfulness. We're able to suppress it to accomplish, the networking and the promotion and all the other stuff. But it's very much masking that scared child that just wants to draw and write and love the stuff that they love. Okay, but as Christians, we don't get that luxury. We don't get it. Yeah. I love that. You feel like that if I'm not actually washing feet and making art, it's just selfish. It is. I just did it's selfish from a faith standpoint, but also from an art standpoint. It's artists and Christians. Believe it or not, there's more. It's amazing that so many artists that I know are atheists or agnostic. Believe it or not, that's the vast majority of at least the professional circles. Many of them are artists. Many of them are atheists. Many of the artists are atheists or agnostic. Have very little use for anything remotely resembling faith. But as Christians, coming out and sharing, again, is selfless. Just like in art. I just did a video on my other YouTube channel, The Obligation of Inspiration. And there I kind of deal with it from a secular standpoint. But if you check that out, you'll probably see my faith always comes through. Because Kapow is my business. This is my passion. This is my calling. Kapow is my job that I created for myself and some other artists. But we have an obligation, even on our obligation is twofold as Christian creators. to put our best work out there for the world to see, and then to share our faith for the world to experience and to have an opportunity. And so, yeah, it'd be easy if we didn't claim this salvation mantle as children of the Most High. It'd be a lot easier. It'd be a lot easier. You know, I've gotten, and obviously I'm older, but yeah, often that's the case. That's the case, and it's funny when you find some Christian creators. I actually have some that I'm going to hear on YouTube. I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. I'm omnicasting, but specifically on YouTube is going to have exclusive content where I'm going to have some of my Christian creative friends from Hollywood and from entertainment share their experience as Christians in the entertainment industry. And they are gracious enough to, they've agreed. And we're going to have some conversations here on HonorStudios about what that looks like. It's more than you would expect that are Christians, but many of them are very much in the closet because of the nature of the creative world. Because they got to eat, right? It is extremely liberal, I'm sure you know when you say your artist friends are not the same as your Christian friends. The creative spaces are hyper liberal, and we are largely, by the nature of our faith, not in a political sense. We're talking about in a social sense and in an anything goes sense. When I say liberal, but when I'll say we are largely conservative, it's from a biblical sense, not a political aspect, because we are to be temperate and sober-minded and selfless in our actions and looking to accomplish greater good. That is the mandate of believers. And so in the creative spaces, there's much fewer of us that are wired like that. And we kind of find each other. It's funny, we find you, but they exist. They exist. And I've been blessed enough because you don't find, here's the funny thing. We have, as Christians, we have our own verbiage, our own vernacular. We have our own lingo and code words, the way we express. If our daily walk, right? People are largely on their cell phones and not paying attention nowadays. But it'd be nice if our daily walk was recognized as, ooh, it's something different about you. It used to be that way 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago. But today, with everyone doing this, it takes a little bit more effort to create the icebreakers, to share our faith. But if our walk is being ignored, oftentimes when we open our mouth and speak, that's when we realize we're like, this person, I don't know if they're a Christian, but they definitely have a faith core. And if not a faith core, they probably have a strong moral center. Yeah, it's called Christianese. Yeah, we have a way of saying certain things, church speak and Bible talk that creeps into our conversation. And we recognize one another where most non-believers won't. And so as a professional artist and animator, having been in those circles, in those environments, we quickly find each other just by talking, the one thing that we're afraid to do. And when we do, we just kind of clump together. We start building these little tight-knit groups. And so it's amazing to watch because, again, the space is largely not for us. I don't know if you've ever been to a comic book convention or an anime convention. It's from a faith standpoint, it is antithetical. The demonic influence and the carnality is profound. And so when I tell you we find each other, we'll be like, oh my, thank God I found another one. You're just like me. And then we kind of form those bonds in those spaces because there's not a lot of us. It's just not. right? Feel free to interrupt. Even though it says shut up and draw solo, feel free to interrupt. I'm going to be on for a few more minutes. So this is a character from Honor Studios. Since you haven't seen you before, this is my iteration of the Frankenstein monster. And this is the kind of stuff that we're doing at Honor Studios, Neo Parables. And this title is the Victor, which is his working name. It may not be his final name. Is from our story, The Monster in Me, which is an Honor Studios exclusive. Expressing my love for the classic movie monsters. It's got vampires, werewolves, creature from the Black Lagoon type, the whole 9 yards. But again, as I was saying before, it's about the story. What is the story that we're telling in here that, we know that's going to get attention and make room for us to have much deeper and profound and relevant conversations based on the story. Hopefully you pick up what I'm putting down. Responding. My computer's getting old. I think I won't say it's on its last leg, but it's on a leg. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Go get your son for school. Yeah, I got to pick up my granddaughter in a second. She has a half a day today. That's why I jumped on. Have a great time. Hopefully you follow me here and join the crew as we start to grow here on YouTube. And I'd love to chat with you again. I'll be here at least 2 or 3 days a week now. Okay? God bless. Actually, I think I better not flirt with it, because if I go too far, I might let time get away from me. So with that being said, listen, thank you guys for watching or following wherever you are as we start to really kick off our streaming and recording journey here on YouTube, Twitch, wherever you may be watching. But my Twitch family, they go strong, but especially here on YouTube as we grow. I'm Dr. Solo Perry, the founder of HonorStudios Entertainment, follower of Christ, grandfather, husband, retired cop, military disabled veteran, the whole 9 yards. But I am here, and we are going to be making HonorStudios. We're going to be letting the Lord do what he does with HonorStudios as he sees fit. And we're just going to stay in our lane. And so with that, I hope this has blessed you. I hope you guys have gotten something from this. But I'm going to start streaming with more intent, as well as a topic that I like to talk about, mixing art and the faith. So we're going to see how that works here. We're just going to lean in. I'll talk to you later. I love you with the love of Christ. God bless you. Peace. So out.